Have you guys peeped this ad right here for this H&M store? This is not a big retailer. They're usually in areas like Minneapolis, St. Paul. I know they got a pretty good presence up there. Up here where I am now, I think they might have a presence up here. Anyway, they're not as big as Macy's or J.C. Penney or anybody like that. But anyway, they're like a cross between Macy's and, well, they're about on par with Macy's, I would say. Because I was getting ready to say they were on the same level as Kohl's. Now, I think they're a little bit better than, I think they're a little bit more expensive and a little more chic than Kohl's. Anyway, I don't know if this notification popped up last night when I was getting ready to go to bed, or earlier today. I'm not sure, but I don't know if it was on my cell phone or if it was on the computer. Or might have been. You know what it was? It popped up on my iPad Pro. It popped up on there. And I saw it, and I said, "Oh no!" And because I get these notifications from the New York Times, and here we go again with black people being disrespected. H&M is a Swedish store. They're based in Sweden, and there are a lot of white supremacist racists in Sweden and Norway. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. A lot of people, if you've never traveled around the world, you don't know. But Finland, I haven't really heard that much. I'm quite sure there are a bunch of Nazis up there too, but Finland is a little more colder, so you don't really hear too much about Finland. You mainly hear about Norway, and especially white people, if they think they got some Swedish or some Nordic ancestry, they got to run around and tell everybody, oh, my people are from Norway. And all this kind of crap, which I could care less. I don't care one way or the other. I don't care. Anyway, here comes another major white-owned company being disrespectful to black folks and getting away with it. And they had the nerve to apologize for being white supremacists, right? White supremacists. Here we go again. Here we go again with another white-owned business doing something totally 100% disrespectful and then turning around and saying, oops, we made a mistake. Oops, we made a mistake. Wasn't it a Chinese company a Chinese detergent company that made that ad where the black guy gets put in the washing machine and then comes out Chinese? I know that didn't that happen last year? Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that happened last year. Then there was another, I can't remember, I don't know, I can't remember when this happened. But there was another dust up. Oh, I know what it was. It was, I believe it was, I can't remember what company it was, but they had a real disrespectful ad too. Let's see, because I was going to do a video on this and I kept forgetting about it, and I kept forgetting about it, and I meant to go back and do a video on it, but I didn't get a chance to do so. And let me see if I can find that. I might not be able to find it because, man, it was so long ago that I saved this picture. And like I said again, I was going to do a video on it, but I forgot. And it is almost as disrespectful as this one, but oh, here it is. In this picture, I can't remember what company this is, but as you notice, the taller white girl has her arm on top of the little black girl's head. And a lot of people, this came out last year, and a lot of people were raising a stink about this, but not as much as that one with the little black boy on it. Okay? And so, as you look at this picture, and let me just ask you guys' opinion. Do you see this as disrespectful? Honestly. Honestly. When you look at this picture, does this look disrespectful? Because to me, it is disrespectful. And let me explain why. Now, a lot of the white women were saying that this picture was, how did they characterize it? They said it was empowering young girls. How is this empowering? Because one white woman was saying that it's empowering, and these girls, because they're showing these girls doing all these different little poses, so it's implied that they feel they can do anything. When I look at this, I don't see that. What I see is them showing the white girls. They're showing this one white girl with her arm on top of this girl's head. See, you have to understand about white people. Remember I told you guys about how white people get amnesia. White people get amnesia when it comes to us. All of a sudden they forget about 500 years and continuing on with white supremacy and racism. It's funny how they forget about how they've been treating us the last 500 years. Y'all notice that? They get amnesia about white supremacy. They get amnesia about racism. But they really are not getting amnesia, and this was not a boo-boo. This was not a boo-boo, people. This was not, we screwed up. oops, sorry. This kind of stuff is going to continue until you find a way to punish these people. Because I guarantee I didn't even see, because I didn't go back to my iPad to look at the article on my iPad. I didn't do that. So I didn't get a chance to read the article. But I did pull it up. I was able to pull it up on Yahoo, and that's where I got the picture from. I downloaded the picture so you guys could see it. But you notice the dominant society is not talking about this. The white press is not talking about this. Why aren't they talking about this? Oh, I know. You're not important. I'm not important. How we feel is not important. And when you see stuff like this, back where I came from, that deserves an ass kicking. Because if nothing else, you are showing the perpetrators that I can punish you. I have a way of exacting punishment on you. See, this is what happens. Looking at this, well, not just looking at this picture, but going back to the original one that I posted earlier in this video with the young brother, the young blood. Now, look what's on his hoodie. It says "coolest monkey in the jungle." Now, and H&M is saying they had no idea that was racially offensive. That's what they said. Then they had the nerve to post this BS apology that said, we're going to investigate. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. We're going to investigate and make sure this doesn't happen again. Let me explain something to you. I have worked for a lot of corporations, some small, some medium-sized, and some very large. And let me explain something to you. The marketing people, nothing gets out, nothing goes to the print media or to the company's website or to ad agencies. Nothing goes out. Or if we're having external ads being created because there's no ad department within the corporation. Most companies just use a third party because it's just too hard. Especially if you're talking about doing TV, radio, and doing, dealing with the print media. I mean, it's a nightmare. Okay? You got so many different platforms out here now. Don't tell me that the vice president of marketing didn't sign off on that. Don't tell me they didn't sign off on this. Don't tell me the marketing director didn't sign off on this. They knew exactly what they were doing. They're killing two birds with one stone. First of all, they're creating buzz for their sorry store. That's the first thing they're getting free advertising. They're getting free notoriety for pulling this stunt. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing is that you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Because you don't think you can punish H&M or any other corporation out here that's owned by somebody other than us. These people are good. See, one thing I noticed about growing up in the ghetto, if somebody did something egregious like this, they got their asses kicked. Sometimes you got a chance to watch. And those folks deserved an ass whooping because they were running their mouth. Because these people are punks. A lot of these people that run these companies are little punks. Okay? And so, growing up in the ghetto, when somebody runs their mouth, where I come from, that could get you killed. I have literally seen guys beaten so bad that they should have gone to the hospital. I mean, blood running out of ears, eyes, noses, mouth, being hit in the head with bricks. I've seen guys go beat a guy down, and he laying on ground. He can't even get up. Go over here to somebody's front lawn, go to somebody's property, take a brick that might be laying on the lawn, and take that brick and right on their face. Okay? I've seen that happen. I've seen some extreme violence. But what I've seen in war, is way worse than that, hitting somebody in the head with a brick. These people are telling us, hey, you can't punish us. First of all, we're gonna get free. We're getting free buzz because of this little stunt, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And they're gonna keep saying that to you because you haven't figured out economically that in order to have power in America, you have to be in a position to reward and punish behavior, societal behavior. And if you can't do that, this kind of stuff will keep on happening. It's going to keep on happening, people. And it's going to get more egregious every time. I've seen ads where they had chimps with the voices of black people. And not intelligent black people, but black people that sound like they should be on Roots. Okay? Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all, sir, talking like that. Y'all, there was a commercial that they made of that. And in the same thing, I can't remember what product they were selling, what company it was, and what they were selling. I can't even remember what it was. It probably wasn't that good. Just like these H&M people, they don't sell nothing I want. That's a white folks store. This is a lily white. This is a lily white store. I don't think too many brothers are shopping there. Okay? You ain't gonna never find any brothers sitting around talking about, yo man, no, I ain't gonna go to Macy's. I ain't gonna go to Nordstrom. Man, I'm gonna go to H&M. Like, man, who the hell is H&M? Brothers don't shop there. This is gonna keep happening, people. When people see you as powerless, they'll just walk all over you. This is how they do black folks every day. Just stepping on your face every day. And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Did anybody catch what Rob Gronkowski, the tight end for the New England Patriots, did anybody see what he did about 3 weeks ago? I meant to do a video on it. Let me talk about it right now, and then we're gonna follow up and close talking about that ad. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Buffalo Bills played the Patriots. And on one play, Rob Gronkowski, I believe he gets a penalty. pushing off, because he pushes off a lot. He pushes off a lot. And if you've never played football, you don't know what I'm talking about pushing off. A receiver cannot push off. You can't push a defender off of you. Now, you can make contact, but you can't push him. Or if you do it, you better do it when the ref ain't looking. Anyway, the ref called a penalty on Rob Gronkowski. And in protest, you know what that asshole did? Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you know what that asshole did? He took it out on, wait a minute, wait. Tavarius White, who's a defensive back with the Buffalo Bills, I believe he caught an interception. I think that's what it was. I think he caught it's either he caught an interception or the ref called a penalty on Rob Gronkowski. And you know what he did? Rob Gronkowski is damn near 6'7". He's 270 pounds. Do you know what that asshole did? He dived on. Now, Tavarius White is on the ground already because I think he dived for the ball. I think he got an interception. If my memory serves me correctly. I'm probably wrong. I stand corrected. Anyway, he takes and puts his 6'6", 270 pound body. He goes and dives on the back of the neck of a defenseless player, this young brother that plays for the Bills. He jumped on him he jumped and landed on his back with all his weight and gave the guy a concussion. And the NFL, all they did was suspend him for 1 day. As a matter of fact, they didn't even want to do that. They didn't even want to do that. And they only suspended him for 1 game because they wanted to try to make it look like they were doing something. Again, when you're powerless economically, people are going to walk all over you. When you spend all your money, you got people in here who spend their child's inheritance and your retirement and their inheritance every Christmas. You would rather spend all your money on Christmas gifts and be broke till the summer, paying credit cards off. You'd rather do that than save money so you can retire and have some kind of savings. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have $1 million in the bank when you get ready to retire, you might need to go out and work again. Because I'm telling you right now, when you retire, you're not putting any money in, you're not making any more money unless you're working unless you're starting a new career, what some people do. And you got people who go out here and spend their retirement and their kids' inheritance on junk. And you got black people, black women especially, who will see this ad, make an excuse for these people, and then turn around and will go and shop at that very store that put that racist ad on TV or the newspaper or online or wherever. They'll go, black women especially, will go right back out here and support that store after they've done something racist like this. And the question that I have for you is why? Why would you disrespect yourself? They've already disrespected us. Why would you disrespect yourself? Because now you're getting disrespected twice. You're letting them do it. Now you're doing it to yourself. But they're going to keep doing this kind of stuff until black people wake up and say, you know what? Let's start pooling our resources. Let's start spending our money at black-owned businesses so they can thrive and hire us to work in there. I was very disappointed last week. I went to a black-owned restaurant. They got about 4 locations, and I went to the first one. And I go in there, and this restaurant, it's supposed to be a soul food restaurant. I saw them on TV, and that's the only reason I found out about them. I go down here. The restaurant looked horrible. The tables were cheap. The chairs were cheap. They had plastic chairs in there. The presentation was horrible. Oh my God, it was horrible. And then I walk in there to get ready to order, and they got some, I don't know if this woman was mixed. She looked Indian. And I mean Indian from India. She looked Indian. And this woman waited on me, didn't know, talking about they didn't have no hush puppies and all that stuff. I was just like, man, I started to walk out, but I said, man, I done drove all the way down here. Yeah, it's only about 7 to 8 miles from my house, but still, I got to cross that interstate bridge, and, sometimes it'd be a lot of traffic around there. So, and I like to get across that bridge before, it gets bad, before the traffic gets bad. Because after about 2:30, that traffic get nasty through there. Because you got all them people crossing over, coming back across there, coming back in state that live on this side of the bridge. And man, the restaurant was horrible looking. I mean, it was horrible. They had the nerve to consider themselves a sit-down restaurant, and it looked horrible. And then I looked at the menu. The menu didn't hardly have anything on there. All they had on there was macaroni and cheese. Like somebody gonna come in there and just order mac and cheese. I don't even eat mac and cheese. So if you don't eat, and I mean they got like chitlins. I guess they serve a lot of chitlins. And the only other food they had was catfish and chicken wings. And I'm saying to myself, is this all y'all sell? I'm looking, I got the menu right here. Pochon's Cafe de la Soul. I mean, this place is so disappointing. I mean, they got ribs and stuff like that. Man, I go in there, and then they got a white man back there. With some mixed looking dude back there. And I said, they're supposed to be a black-owned restaurant. They got a white dude. And this white dude, came back from back there looking crazy. And so I said, man, let me just get catfish and some wings. Oh, we don't have no hush pup. I said, man, just give me, just fix my food. I said, I'll get it anyway. I'm already here. So they fixed my food. It took 32 minutes for them to cook something that should already be ready to be cooked. It took 32 minutes for them to cook 3 chicken wings and some fries. The fries were kind of soggy because this guy that took them out the fryer, they ain't let the fries just sit over that heat. over the fryer. When I manage restaurants, I told people not to do that unless they had to, unless it's for a couple of seconds. Because when you take those fries out of there, you shake them, they're nice and hot, and they're solid, the way people like them. When you sit them there and let them sit over that hot grease, it makes them soggy. So the fries tasted okay, but they were kind of soggy. Let me just say this. The food was like house food. It was good house food. It was not good restaurant food. Because I can cook the same food at home and it tastes just as good. And that shouldn't be. Yeah, I got chef experience, but still. And it was just disappointing. Am I going to stop supporting them? No. Because it's two black men that own it. I'm still going to support it. But tomorrow I'm going to the other location, their main the catering location where the owners are at during the day, and see if I can get some better luck over there, which I'm pretty sure I can, because they probably make sure that location is decent looking. I'm just like, anyway, I'm going to support him anyway. Because as a black business owner, I don't give up on my people. I'm going to support you, but I'm also going to be like looking at you like, dude, you need to make some improvements. Not just for me, but if you want to attract people, get people to come in here, they're not going to come. A lot of white people won't come in there if it looks like that. Because people, it's assumed, black folks know better. Black people know better. See, we're used to going into black restaurants that look like they get ready to cave in. See, we used to going to places like that and still getting good food. Because some business owners just don't know any better. They just don't know any better. But I know soul food restaurants in white areas that do very well. And I can assure you that those restaurants were very nice. They looked very nice on the inside. Oh, they were beautiful. Because white people are not going to come in there if it looks like garbage. They're not going to come in there. Now, it might be a lot of white, 90% white in this city and in that city, but it's still, people are still not going to support you if it doesn't, if the lobby looks like that, people or the dining area looks like that, people are not going to stay. Because I have walked into black-owned restaurants and just like, oh no, I'm not eating in here. Kind of got sidetracked here, but let me get back on track here. People, let me just say this, and I'm only going to say this for a couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Let me just say this. People, you got to understand, black people, you got to understand something. In order to get respect, you got to put yourself in a position where you can reward and punish people. When are we going to wake up and realize that we need to start punishing these businesses that disrespect us? I'm just going to leave you with that question, people. Also, I'm thinking about starting the Blog Talk Radio Facebook.com/The Iceman Show back up again. I'm really thinking about doing it. I shut the show down last year because people weren't tuning in. So I decided that I was going to shut the show down. If you want to hear some of my old Blog Talk Radio shows, you can go to Blog Talk Radio, find my show, The Iceman Show, and you can listen. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at The Iceman Show at Mr. Freeze, and you can also follow me on Instagram at The Iceman Show. You tune in to The Iceman Show, get my new book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman Volume 1. You can get it in tablet form, Kindle format, and you can also get it in paperback format. You can get it at Amazon.com, or you can get an autographed paperback version of my book if you go to AskTheIceman.com, the official website of the Iceman Show. Go to AskTheIceman.com, scroll down to Add to Cart, and you can go ahead and get my book there. You tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Holler at your boy.